And Lieutenant General Rajeev Chopra, retired, joins me on the show now. He's a renowned defence expert. Sir, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has talked about India's striking ability. Why was India able to so very effectively carry out multiple precise and powerful airstrikes to destroy Pakistan's terror camps and air defence systems and key military bases, and why Pakistan was so helpless to respond?
See, very well brought out by you. See, the first thing is that India took 14 days to carry out detailed preparation before it struck. And it was a total surprise attack combined with deception. And in 4 days, India was able to achieve the unachievable. It was a very decisive victory. Firstly, on the first night of the 7th, they struck 9 terrorist camps and they were pulverized. More than 100 Pakistan terrorists were killed. In fact, you saw on television that Maulana Azur Mazad's family, 14 members had died. And Pakistan, unholy alliance with these terrorists were very clear. The senior army officers visited their funeral and they were declared as martyrs, and they're being funded also. Even their coffins were draped in the national flag, and a wreath was also laid on behalf of the chief of the army staff. Coming to next, India had very clearly said that it will not strike again because they were striking against the terrorist camp only. But as Pakistan is, they thought India is weak, they struck. And in our retaliation, we carried out very severe strikes. We pulverized the systems. We destroyed their headquarter 9 and headquarter 16 missile systems which were from China. Firstly, what I want to bring out, that the first attack with the Pakistanis abroad, we had our air defense system, like brought out by you, were very robust. There were 400 and 500 drones, couple of missiles, they all negated, and not even one penetrated any airbase or the military installation. It was very robust. Akash Tir system is very robust. It consists of multi-layer, multi-dimensional radars, and also the satellites are involved in it. The weapon system and the missile system is a mix. After that, India retaliated severely and destroyed the missile station in a number of Air Force bases. Pakistan didn't listen, and again it struck back, again at a basis, but the attack was once again retaliated, and that is the time we had a decisive decision where we struck their 11 air bases. To name a few, the most important one was the Noor Khan base, which is very close to the Rawalpindi and Islamabad, which has carries the VIP flights. It is also the aerial command there, and also the logistics base. 76 and 78 refuelers are there. Therefore, it is very important. It is something akin to striking the center of gravity, a nerve of the station. And the Pakistanis were totally surprised.
They were totally surprised. Now, with Operation Sindoor, sir, India has rewritten the rules of engagement, declaring that when provoked, it can and will deliver a measured but overwhelming response. In the context of Pakistan's sponsorship of terror, how important is this fundamental rewriting of the rules of engagement?
Yeah, till now we were seen as a soft state by Pakistan and also by the global community, that whenever the strike is there, we do nothing. From 2016 to 2019, we did minor strikes and we showed the intention. But this time we struck so hard, and now also as a doctrine, as a war-fighting doctrine, we have said all acts of terror will be taken as war. And we have totally changed that, and we have shown our intent and our capability in terms of our weaponry system, our surveillance systems, and the intent behind both political resolve and the willpower and the collective response of the people. Therefore, Pakistan is very clear that we have brought it out like terror and talks can't go together. And secondly, we said blood and water will not flow together. And if there's anything to talk, is about the illegal occupation and return of the Pakistan occupied J&K. That is a very combat power, and we are not willing. It is an all-nation war or all front, whether diplomatic. Indus Water Treaty is a big leverage in our hand, and we are using it to our advantage. And let me assure you, the way we are going, Pakistan, we have established a credible credible deterrence against Pakistan. Pakistan, anytime it wants to do something like this, it will think 10 times before it does. And you are very well aware that inside in the hinterland in J&K, also anti-terrorist operations are going on.
Yes,
In the last 48
yeah.
hours, we've been able to kill 6 of the terrorists.
Yes.
A huge amount of weaponry has been recovered. So the terrorists are on the run. They don't know whether to go back to Pakistan because the counter-infiltration grid is very strong, and there's a crackdown on terrorism and the overground workers in J&K. Therefore, Pakistan is a very, very lot because its more important military bases were destroyed. In fact, the Sargodha base is very close to the nuclear site.
Yes,
and the aircraft which carry the nuclear arsenal are placed there.
Yes.
Therefore, and this is the first time we have struck Pakistan in their heartland in Punjab. Otherwise, been striking J&K only, Pak-occupied J&K. This is very, very clear that we will not accept the nonsense, and we will strike a will at a time and place of our choosing, and we will not even warn them.
Yes.
And not only to them, the big showing of intent, both military and of the political
the
democracy.
Rules have been changed. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has questioned whether nuclear weapons are safe in the hands of a rogue nation like Pakistan. He has urged the International Atomic Energy Agency to supervise Pakistan's nuclear arsenal. Tell us, why is this a very real and major concern, and can some remedial action be taken here?
Yeah, firstly, let me bring out, even the international community is very clear that all the traces, all the strings, the roots of terrorism is in Pakistan, and that too in the Punjab province of Pakistan. Now, there's a very unholy alliance between the government, the army, and these terrorists. There are two things what the Pakis are using as a strategic weapon is terror and nuclear, saber rattling. So we are very clear that Pakistan, since it's a rogue state and it may do anything because it's controlled by the army, the nuclear arsenal everywhere in the world except Pakistan is in the hands of the military leaders. Secondly, Pakistan is doing very, very poorly economically, and there's a lot of internal turmoil in Pakistan. There's terrorism in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, in the Balochistan, and the economy is doing very, very poorly, and the army is divided between democratic pro-Imran Khan forces and the radicalist Pakistan army. Therefore, there's a two fears. One, the army generals, to save their chair, may use this weapon of mass destruction, or this, since there's an unholy alliance between terrorists and the Pakistani generals, this may fall in the hands of terrorists. And we know the terrorists have no religion and no nation. They may do anything. Therefore, it's very, very essential for the world community to neutralize them.
Yes.
See what we are doing, the world community is doing against Iran. But why can't they do against Pakistan?
No, India has
one
been
thing
transparent.
I want to bring out, it is not a very easy thing.
Yes.
Because Pak is not signatory to the NPT. And the IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency, may have to do very little. But a lot of economic pressure. We need to strangulate Pakistan economically. And then only it will come down to his knees. And when the people of Pakistan, so-called the Awam, will ask the military leaders, we need food, we need butter, and not the bank. That is the time Pakistan needs to do it. There are some news also floating around that there was earthquakes there, and the Pakistan arsenal there was a radioactive leak. In the media, whether it's true or false, it is not authenticated that even the American aircrafts were there to see whether the radiation has been there or not. So it is a very, very complex thing, and every credential of Pakistan being a rogue and unstable nation, and it may use this, because it is under the radicalized senior army officer, especially Asim Munir, and therefore it needs to be the nuclear weapons needs to be neutralized or taken over by the world community.
Yes, so it's only depressing that even MPs in their parliament show fake news. India has been transparent in debunking its Pakistan's disinformation campaign right throughout. So how does India's evidence-based approach contrast with Pakistan's disinformation tactics? Do you see this positively impacting India's global credibility?
Yeah. Firstly, I want to say it is the first time, Balakot also we could have the evidence, but this is the first time all 9 terrorist camps which were struck, it was real-time information. The imageries were shown to the world and to the people of India that what was the change detection, as we call it, what was before the strike and what was after the strike. It was very evident that terrorist camps have been destroyed. And talking about the funeral again, the Pakistani army officers were attending, and the funeral was conducted of all these leaders by a senior designated terrorist. And Maulana Mazur Azhar was also seeing crying because the family has been devastated. Second, what I want to bring out, that all missiles which have been recovered inside, all Turkish-made drones and the Chinese PF-16 missiles have been shown as evidence. Next thing, what I want to bring out, all the 11 air bases which were destroyed, the imageries have been shown. Now coming to India's side, whatever Pak has been spending the fake narrative or the misinformation campaign, our Honorable Prime Minister is the first to lead from the front. He went to the Adampur airfield. See, if the airfield was destroyed or damaged, the aircraft couldn't have landed. And secondly, you saw his body language and his command over the language and the morale of the troops. And also, his photograph was taken along with X-400 and also the MiG-29 fighters. So now the Pakistan is exposed totally of the misinformation campaign. And today also you saw Honorable Raksha Mantri is there in Bhuj. And yesterday he was there in Badami Bagh Cantonment, Srinagar. Our Chief of the Army Staff is going into the J&K area, forward areas, to show and to reassure the people that do not believe in Pakistan. Humor is the false narrative. What else can we show? We have shown everything live with imageries. Not only us, the world community has picked up by the satellite. So and we have shown Prime Minister has landed to the place which was told to them that it is devastated. Therefore, Pakistan is totally exposed. And like coming number of channels saying it should be called Jhutistan or Fakistan.
Thank you very much, sir. We'll leave it here. Thank you very much, Rajeev Chopra ji, for being on DD India News Hour.